Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, and we have freeze-dried chicken noodle soup. Now, this seems to have come out much lighter and much flakier than the gumbo, so we have high hopes. I don't know if we told you guys, the gumbo, we don't think got dried all the way through, and still had some dampness in the center because it was so thick in the chunks that we had frozen it in, and it ended up getting smushy in the bags. This does not seem to have that problem, but you can see how dry and flaky it is, and it just kind of breaks apart into little pieces. So I'm going to get this bagged up into Mylar bags. I am going to keep one serving out and reconstitute it and show you guys what that looks like. Alright, everybody, so here we have our freeze-dried chicken noodle soup. And I have my tea kettle. We're going to add some water. And what I'm watching for is for there actually to be a little bit of water in the bowl. Because right now it's just soaking it all up. There we go. We got a little bit of water pulling in the bowl. It's a little hard to do one-handed. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Give it a good stir. And there's that really big piece of chicken that you could see. If you go and peel it apart, it looks just like fresh chicken. The day you cook it, the noodles are nice and soft, like a typical noodle should be. Your carrots are nice and soft. And I did try one of the noodles in its freeze-dried form, and it kind of tasted like a potato chip that was flavored like chicken noodle soup. And it was very interesting, but it was good. So, I'll give this a try. It tastes just like soup should. So, I think we finally have a good success on the freeze dryer. We did vacuum seal them this time instead of just sealing them in the Mylar. So these are, I mean, they really weigh nothing. And you can hear how dry it is in there. So, hopefully this is a success. We'll find out within a couple hours if there's any moisture in the bags like there was, I believe there was with the gumbo. It literally turned to mush. So that one didn't work out so well, but this one seems to have worked out much better. I'll check in with you guys later in the day, and you have a good one.
Okay, so this is literally just me playing around with ideas. and what Mr. Ron and I have been discussing for the smoker. But this is roughly how currently seeing the outside edge. All of these boards have been cut so they interlock. Which should cut down on gapping and smoke escaping. Taken one board and split it so that we have our ends, which those will need to be flat. So but also playing around with building racks and trying to keep it minimal, cut down on weight, but also trying not to lose integrity. So it's a matter of playing with those small slats that I just messed with, coupled with some of the 45-degree cut pieces, for the sake of for the sake of building the racks, having minimal contact with the meat that'll be going into the rack or onto the rack, and being able to support it while it smokes. But currently we're thinking 4 walls built identically like this. Then we'll need the floor and the roof. We're going to have to put a hole in for the pipe for the smoke. And still trying to figure out a door system that will allow us to do what we need to do as far as getting things in and out and checking on everything, and how much smoke we're willing to lose in that process. But figured I'd show you what I'm playing with at the moment. Yeah. Well, this is what we've got so far. Using angled pieces for the outside of the frame so that the boards nest into them. Got a slight overhang off the outside, but not actually worried about that. And everything interlocked. Gone through, made the 6 sides, but now comes the problem of the sides are not complete square. So, got to try and figure out how to get around that, but figured I'd show you what we've got so far. These are going to be the walls of the nesting box. These are going to be the walls of the smoker. Okay. Well, ran into some, we're going to go with minor issues on the smoker. So in order to get my mind off of it and actually get something done, I went ahead and finished the top half of our door. So, figured I'd show you. Literally just did the same process as before. One section of the frame, lay the boards out, or mark the boards on the inside for 2 inches from the edge, go through, make each of the individual cuts so that the pieces will pretty well square up underneath. An additional board on the outer edge, all the way around, just to clean it up a little, and then more framing on the back side. But, okay, the door is not that pink. My phone is lighting up every image. Ah, there, that's better. Still darker than that, but that's better. But that's what we're looking at.
Okay, everybody, so I started this kombucha a couple weeks ago and finally started to develop a bit of a SCOBY on the top. I've drained some of it out now, so it's kind of shifted. But Mr. Brown tried it and said it tastes about right. I'm not a good person to judge because I do not drink kombucha very often. But I'm going to do a couple of days with some apples in the rest of it. Just to get some kind of flavor in there. We're going to let it sit for at least 3 to 4 more days and check it then and see how it tastes. And hopefully I'll have a successful kombucha. Anybody has any pointers or knows more about it than I do can definitely comment and let me know what you think. If you think mine looks normal, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Alright, everybody, just hopping on to say goodnight. We had a pretty good day around here. Mike got a lot of work done out in the Quonset hut. The chicks did good in the barn for their first night in the barn. We did end up with a freeze last night, and we're looking probably at another freeze tonight. Or at least a good frost. We have not moved the bigger chickens into the barn yet. We're making sure they have plenty of hay and that their coops are covered and they have plenty of space to stay warm. But we haven't moved them inside yet. It's kind of a debate on if they're going to just go in there and kill all the chicks or not. So it's a concern. But this is where we're going to end the video for tonight. Please, if you have any knowledge on kombucha, let me know if mine looks normal. We have hit over 600 subscribers, which is exciting. We're getting closer and closer to that 1,000 mark. So if you guys would please like, subscribe, share the videos, get our names out there, we'd appreciate it. Have a good day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.